Join upon you and upon myself the fear of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala says in a verse of the Quran that Ya ayyuhal ladhina amanu in tattaqullaha yaj'al lakum furqana. Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala said in this noble verse of the Quran that O you who believe in tattaqullaha, if you are conscious of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, yaj'al lakum furqana. He gives you criteria. That is, He gives you the ability to distinguish between right and wrong. Inshallah, we will be reminding ourselves of this blessed period we are in. From time to time, just as some organizations or some serious companies usually do, send in their staff on courses to improve in their skills, to improve in their profession. Also, as Muslims, from time to time, Allah creates avenue for us. Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala creates opportunity for us to also, attend or acquire some experiences within certain period for us to also improve in our taqwa. Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, and one of those periods is this blessed month. That is, it is a period that Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala created for us to have opportunity of improving in our level of closeness to Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, in improving in our level of piety. The month of Ramadan, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala told us about it in a verse of the Quran that is in Surah Al-Baqarah, that Ya ayyuhal ladhina amanu kutiba alaykum as-siyam kama kutiba ala alladhina min qablikum la'allakum tattaqun. In this noble verse, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala told us that, O you who believe, kutiba alaykum as-siyam, the fasting is being made obligatory upon you, kama kutiba ala alladhina min qablikum, the way it is being made obligatory upon the nations or the generations or the ummah before you, لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ, so that you may attain piety. It is a period where we learn how to become better people. It is a period where we learn how to become better Muslims. It is a period where we learn how to become, source of mercy to our environment. That is, it is a period whereby you acquire a lot of experiences that when you put into action, you make positive impact, not just in yourself alone, but rather in your community at large. Because if we actually understand the essence of taqwa, that is, as we usually remind ourselves, that at-taqwa huwa madha imtithalu al-awamir wajtinabu an-nawahi. It is, at-taqwa means doing what Allah commands you to do and abstaining from what Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala commands you to abstain from. And whatever Allah commands us to do, or all the things commanded by Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala for us to do, are things that when we do them, we will enjoy our lives in this world and also get better than that in the hereafter. And things Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala warned against are things that doing them will harm us in this world, and we will suffer greater consequences of that in the hereafter. Because we need to have better understanding of what Islam is. Because Islam is a deen that comes to organize our lives for us. It came to organize our world for us. And the way we build the world determine how our hereafter will become. Because we need to change change our notion or change the thinking that, when you talk about Islam or when you talk about taqwa, it's something just related to the hereafter. I think is a wrong notion. It's a very, very wrong notion. You build your hereafter from this world. And that is what Islam came to teach you. Islam came to teach us how to be better people, Islam came to teach us how to be better servants of Allah. Whether anyone likes it or not, he's Allah's servant. He is created by Allah. That is, whether someone accepts or he doesn't accept, reality is reality. Truth is truth. No one created himself. No one created himself. Everyone is created by somebody. And who is that person? The problem now is whether you know the person, you don't know or you don't know the person. That's just the problem you are having. But main thing, even your your mind, your conscience tells you that yes, there is one force behind you who decides some things about your life, which yes, there's nothing you can do about it. Take for instance, the color you become. Yes, you didn't decide. Allah did not in most cases consult you whether you want to be Hausa or you want to be Yoruba or you want to be Igbo. You said you are Igbo or you are Hausa because two individuals picked themselves and they give back to you. So you that they gave back to you, you are not consulted. So they gave back to you and then based on that you say you are this tribe. So there are areas Allah did not give you choice. The areas He gave us choice make some of us to think we have power. Even the ones He gave you choice, when He likes, He sees the power. He sees that choice. Yes, even areas we have choice, there are those Allah did not give them choice. Yes, now if you are healthy, if you can eat if you like. And if you like, you can refuse to eat. But yes, if Allah doesn't want you to eat, yes, He can make you not to eat and there's nothing you can do about it. Yes, He gives you the ability to walk. Yes, you can go to where you like and refuse to go to where you like. But if He likes, He paralyzes you, then people carry you to where they want. So in essence, even in the areas you have choice, He gave you choice. There are those that some of the areas you think you have choice, they don't have choice. Some can't see. So talk about color, they don't understand anything about color. Some can talk. Some can't hear. So speak any language. Those who can hear, speak any language, they can differentiate the languages. Because they can hear. So they are not hearing anything. So if you are speaking any language to them, you are saying the same thing. They only see your mouth opening, and that's all. So my brothers and sisters, indeed, we must understand that we have a great opportunity. Some people died few minutes to the fasting. Go and check. There are those who died 5 minutes to the fasting. Some 1 minute to the fasting. 1 second to the fasting. Yes, Allah have given us the opportunity to be part of those, inshallah, to start it. But also we don't have guarantee of being part of those to end it. So we need to take advantage of the period as much as we can. And as we said, it is an opportunity for us to be better people. That is, Islam is nothing more than what? A way that draws you closer to your Lord. And through making you a better person, the best of us are the most closest to Allah. And the best of us are the most morally upright amongst us. And those who are more morally upright are the nation builders. That is, the more morally upright a society is, the better they build a society. And the more morally bankrupt a society is, the more the society suffers. And I do give us example from time to time. Your school education, when you go to school, your certificate, it is better you have F9 flat. That is, you didn't pass your WAEC. It is better you did not pass your WAEC and come out with better behavior than passing your WAEC and you are morally bankrupt. And that's why I used to say to people, in my life, I've never had and I've never seen any school award a testimonial to any student and put it on satisfactory in testimonial. But if you fail, they will give you fail. Because they know it won't stop you from moving. It can only stop you from doing some things. Yes, Bill Gates did not graduate. But if they ask most of us, we don't know the name of the person who had the best result in his own time. So he not graduating did not stop him from succeeding in life. He not graduating did not stop him from, having money or having, popularity. But yes, you having, not morally upright affects you in a lot of ways. In a lot. Even if it is, for instance, yes, you may be the best Quranic reciter, and you may have knowledge of the deen more than other people. But when you don't practice, then the knowledge becomes what? A fitna. Because the application of the knowledge, that is what is character. ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين. So the Prophet said to us in a hadith that إنما بعثت, that is, he did not just simply say he was sent, he said certainly I was sent لأتمم, to fulfill مكارم الأخلاق, noble word, character. And he says in a hadith that أكمل المؤمنين إيمانا, the best of the believers in faith is who? He said أحسنهم خلقا, the best in behavior, the best in morality. So if someone is more morally upright than you as a Muslim, he is more closer to Allah than you. And the more you apply Islam, the more upright your character becomes. Today we have many problems in our society which we cannot solve because we've deviated from the path of Allah wa ta'ala. So we've gotten opportunity to solve even the problems we are having in our country. Let the government leave some things the way they are now without changing things. Let we Muslims change. Wallahi, the country will change. Let's learn the lesson of Ramadan. Ramadan will make Nigeria a better country. Because Ramadan will make the Muslims, that is a chunk percentage, a big percentage of the people living in the countries, becoming people who will never involve in kidnapping. Because they will elevate in their level of consciousness of Allah. They will elevate in taqwa. And the more God conscious you are, the more you detest harming other people. Because you will remember that the Messenger of Allah taught you in a hadith that al-Muslimu man salim al-Muslimuna min lisanihi wa yadihi, that a Muslim is someone whom other Muslims are free of the affliction of his hands, of his what? His tongue and hand. Ramadan will make you to remember that yes, not even Muslims alone, that Islam taught you not to even harm non-Muslims. The way you cannot kidnap a Muslim, you will not kidnap a non-Muslim. Because Islam taught you that yes, as a Muslim, that the prayer of the oppressed is granted even if that person is an unbeliever. So you don't have excuse whatsoever to harm other people. Taqwa makes you to learn that yes, you need to be patient. Fasting taught you that yes, when someone looks for your trouble, what do you say? That is, they're not asking you to look for trouble. That is, somebody looked for your trouble. Yes, you have clear evidence. The person is looking for what? For your trouble. Then you are told that to tell the person, inni what? Inni sides. So not you becoming troublemaker. And like I do say to us, let each and every one of us check himself today. Which side do you belong? You discover that most of us, if you are not a troublemaker, the good ones amongst us are those who are ready to face trouble. Yes, that's the kind of human being we have. Because we are just behaving like any other human being. That's human nature. Like as I do say, a human nature, a human being, if he cheats people, he thinks he's smart. That's the word he gives himself. If he cheats you, he will interpret it as what? Smartness. Yes, he do you 419, he'll tell you he's what? Smart, and you are a fool. But yes, a God-conscious servant of Allah, if he cheats you, he feels he's a fool, and you are smart. That's his own interpretation. Because like I do see, righteous servants of Allah, they interpret their own things from Allah's perspective, not from human perspective. Not from human perspective. So let's take advantage of this opportunity and change ourselves. Deprive yourself of the food and the drink for the fear of Allah. So also deprive yourself or stop yourself from harming people for the fear of Allah, not for the fear of government. That is why I say when we are Muslims, we will change so many things.
So you don't even need any policeman or anybody, because you know whether police is watching you, army watching you, they are not watching you, Allah is watching you. Harisuhu iman. Your faith is your police. Allah sees you every time. Let's love one another. It's a period that teaches us giving. Then that means you will not go and harm, deprive those of what they're supposed to have for your own selfish reason. And like we're saying, if as Muslims we will act as Muslims in Ramadan and outside Ramadan, the government on their own, you don't need to protest, you don't need to do anything. Some will change some things on their own because they are Muslims like you. And like I do say to brothers and sisters, don't think you are better than those in power. The way we think, that whether those in the market or those in the civil service, the way we think, all of us, most except those saved by Allah, most of us, our ways of thinking is the same. That is cheating. Yeah. If you are cheating, you is okay. Everything is okay. You are smart. But when they cheat you, that is when you know cheating is bad. That is when you know cheating is bad. When you feel the heat. But when you are, subjecting others to the heat, you are smart. You are good. You are intelligent. So they are not thinking different from us. So that is why all of us need to work on ourselves. And like we said, as Muslims, let's start with ourselves for Allah's sake. That yes, you want to be a Muslim. That like I said, on the road, let your car and someone's car brush themselves. Bad word didn't come out of your mouth. You don't horn for people unnecessarily. Some of those tiny things, when you begin to avoid them, you will leave the big ones. It's just like sin. When you begin to neglect minor sin, the big ones will become normal to you. You don't look at the size of the sin, but you look at the size of the person you are sinning against. That is who? Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. And remember one thing, you can never harm your brother, whether Muslim or Christian, until you first of all disobey Allah. You can't harm anybody until you first of all disobey Allah. When you abuse someone unjustly, first Allah commanded you not to what? To harm others. You refused to obey him, that's why you did that thing to that person. So my brothers and sisters, indeed, let this Ramadan be a great opportunity for us. You may not have opportunity of meeting another Ramadan. Let this Ramadan end and you are promoted. It's like a promotional training. When we finish, some will be elevated. The lazy ones, they may, if they are lucky, they may remain the same level. Some may fall down, but we don't even want to go to that side. May Allah Ta'ala accept our fasting and give us the opportunity to get to the end. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه أما بعد عباد الله أوصيكم ونفسي بتقوى الله عز وجل. My brothers and sisters, indeed, as we said, we are in a school. It's all of us are learning, and we want to be better people. We say, as some scholars do say, that is fasting or as-siyam min ajall al-ibadat. It's one of the greatest ones. Acts of worship, and it purifies. يهذب النفس يزكي النفس ويهذب الأخلاق أو الخلق يزكي النفس ويهذب الخلق. It purifies the soul, and it works. It perfects the morality. It perfects your behavior. هو مدرسة التقوى ودار الهدى. It is a school of piety and what? Home of guidance. So I know many of us have reduced some of our atrocities now. We need to maintain that. We want to have a country where policemen will say there is no work. Not where the government will be looking for more policemen. Let them maintain the ones we have. Because we've made ourselves better, not for the fear of them, but for the fear of the one who checks us all time, who sees us all time. Or whereby the mode of the operation or work of the police should become different. Because, yes, the criminals amongst us are what? Are less. So that let the police not be looking for criminals, but looking for how to make us better people. Because we are already what? We've been made good people by Islam. So people to ease our problems for us. But not people looking for those to arrest amongst us. We pray in this Ramadan that yes, we get to a stage whereby the government will begin to shut down some of the correctional facilities, not building more. Because if the government is building more, that means our problems are increasing. That means the bad ones amongst us, their number is what? Is growing. We don't pray for the number of the bad ones among us to grow. We pray for their number to go down. We don't pray for our children to end their lives in prison. We don't pray for the police to be looking for our children. And we don't pray for our children to be kidnapping people. So we have gotten a very great opportunity, using our deen to change our world. And that's what Islam came for. وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala said, we did not send you except what? As a mercy to the universe. The Prophet ﷺ changed the society. Not by using force. Check Islam. Even to bring people into Islam, Allah says, "La ikraha fi din." Because it wants you to change the people, to change their heart. That's what Islam says in the hadith. In the body there is a flesh. If that flesh is okay, the entire body is okay. If the flesh is adulterated or contaminated, the entire body is what? Contaminated. And that's the problem we're having today. So our problem, yes, if you like, mention anybody as part of the problem. No problem. But all I'm telling us, ultimately, our problem is our heart. We change our heart, the system will change. We change our heart, the system will change. There are changes that wallahi no government will give you. Because Allah is responsible for some changes. He said, like Allah said, Inna Allah, certainly Allah, la yughayyiru. He will not change ma biqawmin, the state of the people. Hatta yughayyiru ma bi anfusihim, until they change their state themselves. You can have people who have, an adulterated heart, dirty mind, and you expect to have a better leadership. Because it's one of you that becomes the leader. So being that leader doesn't change him. It is how he thinks that changes him. In most cases, bad people, when they have opportunity, they become worse. Yes, sometimes somebody will say, okay, somebody is arrogant because he's rich. It's not the world that made him arrogant. In the first place, he was arrogant. Yes, he didn't have opportunity to exhibit it. So now, somebody who is poor, so he is becoming arrogant. For what? For what? On what basis? Because he doesn't have anything. So people doesn't even care about him in the first place. So now he has something people care about. Or maybe he is in power, so people need him. So that's when you can easily see you can easily see him exhibiting that behavior. You have many rich people who are humble. Many people in power who are very, very humble. Many people in business who are humble. And you have many people who are poor who are arrogant. So my brothers and sisters, indeed, let's take this opportunity very, very serious. Because prayer alone will not change our country for us. Let us be frank. We've been praying. We've been praying. You don't pray alone and change your state. You have to act. And that is the area we are failing. We are not acting. Yes, you see, and acting begins with yourself. If you want others to change, you check yourself. And that's why, even if it is someone you want to help, if you want to give the person the best, Allah says compare that thing to yourself. Allah says, لا يؤمن أحدكم. One of you is not a believer, حتى يحب لأخيه ما يحب لنفسه. Until he likes for his brother what he likes for himself. So if you want others to change, then the kind of change you want them to make, then you start with yourself. We want to be responsible Muslims. And one of the areas we need to work on, our tongue, one of the most problematic issues we have in our society today, our tongues. We are destroying ourselves by ourselves. A lot of causes. Those things have effect. We cause ourselves. When you cause someone, it's like you are praying for Allah to take him out of his mercy. So somebody who doesn't have the mercy of Allah, so what could you expect from the person? So we need to reduce the level of our tongue. Let's control this. The Prophet ﷺ held onto his tongue one day and he said to the Sahabas, take care of this. Most of us today, on social media, on the ground, when we talk, we can't control our tongue. We curse too much. We pray evil for ourselves too much. Every tribe is cursing the other tribe. Every sex is cursing the other sex. The men are cursing the women are cursing the men. The youth are cursing the elders, and the elders are what? Cursing the youth. The leaders are cursing the subjects, and the subjects are what? Cursing what? The leaders. Let us change from that and begin to pray good for ourselves. Don't pray for other people's destruction. You have nothing to achieve from that. You have nothing to gain from it. Islam taught you something. Idfa billati hiya ahsan. When someone harms you, what Islam taught you is what? Pay the person back. It may not be easy. Allah says, idfa billati hiya ahsan. فَإِذَا الَّذِي بَيْنَكَ وَبَيْنَهُ عَدَاوَةٌ كَأَنَّهُ وَلِيٌّ حَمِيمٌ. How difficult it is, Allah also made you to understand. He said, وَمَا يُلَقَّاهَا إِلَّا الَّذِينَ صَبَرُوا وَمَا يُلَقَّاهَا إِلَّا ذُو حَظٍّ عَظِيمٍ. Allah said, وَمَا يُلَقَّاهَا. No one attains that إِلَّا الَّذِينَ صَبَرُوا, except those who are patient. وَمَا يُلَقَّاهَا. No one attains that إِلَّا ذُو حَظٍّ عَظِيمٍ, except those who have great reward. Great, opportunity or great success. So it is not easy to pay back evil. To pay back evil with what? With good. Because human nature, you will want to retaliate. And when you talk about retaliation, it's what being done to you. And you want to do what? Back. And in most cases, even our own retaliation is usually more. You want to add more. Then your mind will rest. That's when you will cool down. So it's not easy to, but a smart person, that you connect things to Allah, it makes your mind to get free. Like now, when someone harms you, it draws you closer to Allah. It pulls Allah closer to you. And when you harm someone, Allah is further from you. So someone who pulls Allah close to you, what are you supposed to do? Give the person gift. Because he have done for you something that maybe you are looking for opportunity to do it, you couldn't do it. Maybe Allah was angry with you for something. And someone did something that made Allah to say, okay, fine, let me give him attention. So it's an opportunity for you. The person have helped you. The person have given you an opportunity. So you should be happier when it goes that way than it going the other way, when you become on the opposite side. And through that we can change our nation. Through that we can love ourselves. And like we keep saying, we meet here every day. Yes, we say, إِنَّمَا الْمُؤْمِنُونَ إِخْوَةٌ. We want to see that ikhwah to continue after the salah. Not we meet in the mosque, we say we are brothers, and after salah we are no more brothers. Immediately we say Salamu Alaikum. Shaitan will remind you, this is Yoruba, this is Igbo, this is Hausa, this is Fulani, this is that. Have it? Yes, immediately you say Salamu Alaikum, this one will remind you, the person looking for your trouble in the office, the one who want to pull you down, the one who want to do this, the one who want to do that. Negative things. Those are the things coming. Makes you to hate your brother. Oh, how he is arrogant, how he is this, how he is that. He won't remind you that you're supposed to help him, you're supposed to do this, you're supposed to do that. May Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, make our nation inshallah, the most peaceful nation. May He continue, may He unite us, make us people who will love one another. People that, yes, like I keep saying, that yes, even non-Muslims should prefer to stay close to us, or closer to us than staying closer to their own people, or people of their own faith. Because as a Muslim, every human soul, not even human being, even animals should feel safer with you than any other person on the earth. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم اجعلنا في مقامنا هذا ذنبا إلا غفرته ولا هما إلا فرجته ولا كرما إلا نفسه ولا إلا ولا سر يسرته ولا عدوا إلا أخذلته ولا مقتلا إلا عافيته ولا ميتا إلا رحمته ولا حاجة من حوائج الدنيا والآخرة هي لك رضا ولنا فيها صلاة إلا عنتنا على مغفور الرحمين. عباد الله، إن الله يأمر بالإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. اذكروا الله العظيم الجليل يذكركم واشكروه على آلائه ونعمه يذكركم وذكر الله أكبر والله يرحمكم.